Assassination costume is good, which means I finally get to talk about an anime I actually like. And don't bring up the live action version, I haven't seen it, but I have a good feeling it's bad anyway. The Assassination costume manga is made by a guy whose name I won't even try to pronounce. I feel like that might be a trend in this series. Anyway, it started about 10 years ago now and ended in 2016. And the anime started in 2015, meaning this thing has been around for a while, and it's pretty good, and if I put it somewhere on the tier list, it would go in very good. But what is Assassination Costume, and why should you even watch the show? Well, the show's plot is about how after most of the moon was blown up, the alien that did it wants to teach a group of students, and they have to kill him or he will blow up the earth. Along the way, multiple new characters will pop up, either as new students or to help with trying to kill the alien. This show is a action comedy series after all, and as you follow me review anime, you will notice that the comedy in these shows are different than stuff here in the States. It isn't bad, but for most anime, I don't laugh. For example, when you watch Wolf of Wall Street, you will be laughing, but if you're not laughing, then I don't know, I guess you're brain dead. But anyway, when you watch a comedy anime, you might chuckle in the same way that you would chuckle to a text meme, but in this regard, it is probably the best comedy anime right beside Konosuba. But if you're new to anime, some jokes may go over your head, as or a lot of references to different anime. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, the action is really good, and it's really interesting seeing all the different ways they tried to kill their teacher. But wait, I'm saying all of this, but you don't even know any of the characters' names. Well, you got a lot of them. Every kid in the costume is important and has some sort of character arc throughout the 2 seasons. They do a really good job of making you care for a good amount of the characters. But for the sake of the video, I will just tell you about the characters that get the most screen time. You got the blue-haired dude named Nagisa. Yes, I have to clarify that he is a dude because he looks like a girl. They even made jokes about it. But just know that when he popped up on the screen and you thought he was cute, you're gay.
You right fucking now, me being a dude and you being a dude, and you were turned on by me, that would be gay! It's no different for fucking traps. Just cause they dress like a chick don't mean they are a chick, they got a dick, and it's gay!
Besides that, you got my fellow ginger / redhead Korma. I know his hair is blood red, but it still counts, let me have this. Anyway, this man is actually a menace because before he was introduced, no one could lay a finger on the target. But then he just walks up all casual and gets a hit in. And he was suspended for hurting other students in the past. And the list goes on. He's also a Tumblr sexy man right beside Saiyans and the Answer. And after that, you have the main man himself, Koro Sensei, and that name was given to him by his students. And he's the best teacher anyone could have with a heart of gold. And the best character. I'm totally not just saying this because he also voiced Krillin. Katie, or however you pronounce her name, she's a bland character, but gets better as the show goes on. We also have the secret agent, Mr. Karasume. He's all work, he just ain't got time for these hoes. That's all you need to know about him. We also got Iona, an assassin who was sent to kill Koro Sensei, and also teaches the kids about English. Also, don't worry, this one is a woman. Also, all the kids call her Professor Bitch, because her last name is Jelovic, which was mistaken for Jella Bitch. This joke was stupid and I loved it. If you're wondering why Koro Sensei picked this class, well, it's because the class is the end of the road, and what I mean is they go to a very prestigious school. Only problem is the principal is kinda insane, as he has a rule where if you do bad enough, you get sent to E class. He says it makes it so students don't want to do bad things or get bad grades, because they don't want to get bullied for being a failure. And it ain't easy to get out of E-class because the principal thinks it's better to keep them down. He's one hell of a good villain, but he wasn't always this crazy. Where E-class is where his old cram school was originally. He only had 3 students, and he was very similar to Koro Sensei, and eventually he would have a lot of students, but he kept in touch with his old students, and one day, out of the blue, one of them took their life after being bullied. And feeling like it was his fault, he made a new school and would make sure that would never happen again, and leaving the old school as a sign of his weakness. You know, I said the show was a comedy, and it still is, but managed to do a good mix of serious stuff and comedy, something I can't always say for other shows. But as I went on with the principle, most characters will have some sort of reveal or something on their past. Now, this isn't revolutionary writing or anything, but a lot of anime that focuses on a story likes to forget about most of the students. Now, I will say most of the serious stuff is in Season 2, as most of Season 1 is focusing on the students and their relationship with Koro Sensei. And Season 2 is more serious moments, but still plenty of comedy, and it all perfectly sets up the amazing ending, which I won't be talking about because I actually want you to watch this one. I don't really have a structure to this video, so we are just going to keep going down the list. There's one kinda big plot hole I noticed. There's this character that shows up who taught Jelinek how to be an assassin when she was younger, and Nagisa asked him who was the best assassin in the world, setting up for later in the series, and also spoilers up ahead, so come back later. But later in the show, he'll get killed by the Reaper. Even though he very clearly died, he comes back. Not in a major role, but he's there. Now, I haven't done any research on this, and maybe I'm just stupid and missed the point where they explain it, but as far as I know, this is a weird plot hole in a pretty good show. Now, I don't want to end this review on a bad note, so let's talk about some good and wrap this up. Voice acting is pretty alright. It's not amazing, and I may not like the show, but Beastars characters had great voice actors, while I couldn't imagine anyone else voicing them. Same thing goes for Cowboy Bebop. Only difference is that Cowboy Bebop is good. The only character I can hold the standard to is Koro Sensei, as his voice actor does an amazing job and is the perfect pick for the character. But, of course, keep in mind I'm talking about the dub for all these shows. But I think that's just about it for this review. If you have watched this show, you know that this review was pretty surface level, and that's because I highly recommend you watch this anime. I already showed you the updated tier list, but just in case, it should be on screen now. But until next time, I'm not promising anything like last time, so bye.